Ever been relaxing on the couch, watching TV, and your dog just rests a paw on your knee? You probably reach down, give them a good scratch, and don't think twice about it. It's just one of those cute things they do, right? But what if it's more than that? What if that simple touch is actually a sentence in a secret language you don't quite speak? Dogs use their bodies to communicate way more than we realize. That paw isn't just a random twitch, it's a deliberate signal, their way of tapping you on the shoulder to say, "Hey, I need to tell you something." Well, come to Mind Mutt's channel, please like and subscribe for upcoming videos. Let's start the topic you are interested in. Sure, a lot of the time they're just being sweet or asking for attention. But what if I told you that same gesture could also be a sign of deep anxiety, a way of asking for help, or even a symptom of physical pain they can't tell you about otherwise? In this video, we're going to decode the 7 secret messages your dog might be trying to send you with that simple paw. By the end, you'll never look at it the same way again. Understanding what they're truly saying is the key to strengthening your bond and becoming the person your dog already knows you are. Alright, let's get the most common one out of the way first. Your dog wants your attention. You're glued to your laptop, scrolling on your phone, or lost in conversation, and suddenly you feel that familiar weight on your arm. That's your dog's version of tapping you on the shoulder, and it's a behavior they learn is super effective. Think about it, this may go way back to their puppy days. Pups often nudge and paw at their mother to get comfort or milk. They learn early on that pawing gets a result. As they grow up, they apply that same logic to you. They paw at you, and what happens? You react. You look at them, say their name, or give them the pets they were hoping for. This is a classic example of positive reinforcement. The action, placing a paw on you, gets them something good, which makes them want to do it again. This isn't a sign of a needy dog, it's a sign of a smart dog who has figured out how to communicate clearly. They've learned that a polite, physical touch is often more effective than barking. It's a direct request, "Hey, remember me? I'm right here and could use some of your time." So next time you get that paw while you're busy, recognize it for what it is, a very successful conversation starter. Now for one of the most heartwarming reasons. You're sitting quietly together, stroking your dog. They're relaxed, their eyes are soft, and right in that moment of pure bliss, they slowly lift a paw and rest it on you. This isn't a demand for more, this is different. Many owners and trainers lovingly refer to this as the dog petting you back. While we can't know for sure if they see it the same way we do, it's clearly an act of bonding. We show affection through touch, and our dogs pick up on that. When they place a paw on you in a calm, relaxed setting, it's often their way of reciprocating and deepening that connection. This kind of mutual, gentle contact can be associated with the release of oxytocin, the love hormone, in both you and your dog. That little bit of pressure from their paw is their way of saying, "I feel safe and content with you." Unlike the more insistent attention-seeking paw, the affectionate paw is usually gentle and still. They might just leave it there as they drift off to sleep. It's a beautiful sign of deep trust, not a request for anything, but a shared moment of connection. It's their quiet, nonverbal way of saying, "I love you, too." So, your dog has figured out that a paw gets your attention. The next level is using that paw to ask for specific things. They've learned you're the keeper of all things wonderful, food, walks, toys, and opening the back door. The paw becomes a tool for making a very specific request. To figure out what they want, you just have to play detective and look at the context. Does that paw land on your knee around the same time every evening? They're probably reminding you it's dinner time. Do they paw at you and then glance toward the door? Message received, "I need to go out." Do they put a paw on you and then stare at the toy that rolled under the couch? They're asking for your help. In the world of animal behavior, this is basically a request. Some trainers might use technical terms for it, but you can just think of it as your dog knowing how to say, "Hey, can you help me with that thing?" The paw is the opening line, their gaze, posture, and the environment provide the rest of the sentence. A paw doesn't always signal a happy request. Sometimes, it's a quiet call for help. When a dog feels anxious, insecure, or scared, their instinct is often to seek comfort from the person they trust most. That paw on your leg during a thunderstorm, fireworks, or when a new person comes over is your dog reaching out to say, in their own way, I'm scared, and I need to know I'm safe with you. This comfort-seeking paw is usually paired with other signs of stress, like a tucked tail, flattened ears, heavy panting when it's not hot, or licking their lips. In these moments, that physical contact is their lifeline. They're grounding themselves on you, their source of security. Don't be surprised if your dog also does this when you're upset. They can be incredibly perceptive and may be trying to offer you comfort the best way they know how. When you see the anxious paw, don't just push it away, as that could make their anxiety worse. The best response is calm, reassuring pets and a soft voice. You're their safe harbor, and that paw is them asking you to be their anchor until the storm passes. We're about to get into some of the most misunderstood and even serious reasons for this behavior. But first, if you're learning something new about your best friend, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to help you build the strongest bond possible with your dog, and your support helps us do that. Let's tackle a big, old myth. For years, people claimed that a dog putting its paw on you was a sign of dominance, an attempt to be the alpha. Let's be clear, this idea is based on outdated and flawed science that doesn't accurately reflect the dog-human relationship. While the term dominance can be useful for describing how dogs might interact with each other over a resource like a bone, it's not a helpful or accurate way to see their relationship with you. In almost every case, a paw on you is communication, not a power play. As we've already seen, it's usually a learned behavior to get attention, affection, or help. Thinking of it as a dominance issue leads to bad advice and misguided corrections that can seriously damage your bond. Punishing a dog for what is essentially a polite request or a sign of affection only creates confusion and fear. So, if someone tells you your dog is trying to dominate you with its paw, you can feel confident knowing that the real story is about connection, not conquest. Now we're getting into some pro-level dog language. Sometimes, a paw lift isn't about getting something from you, but about diffusing a situation. It's called an appeasement gesture. A dog might offer a paw when they feel conflicted, uncertain, or perceive something as a threat, even if that threat is just you leaning over them in a way that feels intimidating. An appeasement paw is meant to signal, I'm not a threat. Let's keep things peaceful here. It's often part of a cluster of calming signals. You might see the paw lift along with the dog looking away, yawning when they're not tired, or flicking their tongue out. For example, if you're trying to clip your dog's nails and they tentatively lift a paw, they're not inviting you to continue. They're communicating their stress and politely asking you to stop. Recognizing this gesture is crucial. It's your dog's way of showing you they're uncomfortable before they feel the need to escalate to a growl or a snap. When you see the appeasement paw, just take a breath, assess the situation, and see what's making them uneasy. Respecting this subtle signal shows your dog you're a leader they can trust. Finally, we come to the most serious reason for a paw, and it's one that should never be ignored. A sudden change in pawing behavior, especially if it becomes obsessive, can be a major red flag for physical pain. Your dog can't just tell you, my leg hurts, so they use their behavior to signal that something is wrong. A dog might repeatedly lick, chew, or offer a paw to you if there's an injury. It could be a thorn in their paw pad, a burn from hot pavement, or an insect bite. They are trying to draw your attention to the fact that something is wrong. While it may not be a precise, pointing gesture, it's a call for you to take a look. More seriously, persistent pawing, especially if paired with limping or reluctance to play, could be a sign of an underlying issue like arthritis, joint pain, or an injury. The absolute key here is to notice a change in behavior. If your dog has never been one to paw at you and suddenly starts doing it all the time, it warrants a closer look and a call to your vet. Ignoring these signals can mean your companion is living with pain that could be managed. So, from, I love you, to, I'm scared, to, my foot hurts, that simple paw is doing a lot of talking. As we've seen, it's anything but simple. The single most important takeaway is that context is everything. That paw is a single word. It's up to you to read the rest of the sentence by looking at your dog's body language, what's going on around you, and when it's happening. By learning to listen to these signals, you move beyond just being an owner and become a true partner to your dog. You build a level of trust that strengthens your bond in ways you might not have thought possible. Your dog is talking to you all the time. Hopefully, now you're a little better at listening. So, I'm curious, what's your dog's go-to-paw move? Is it the insistent tap for dinner, the gentle rest during cuddles, or something else? Drop your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear how your dog communicates with you. See you in the next video.